If you're shopping for a portable stove, this is usually where things stall out. Single burner, two burner. And on paper, kind of feels obvious, right? Two burners just sounds better, more capability, more flexibility, kind of more like a real kitchen, right? But in real life, that assumption gets a lot of people into the wrong setup. Okay, so in this video, I want to help you make this decision once so you can stop thinking about it. It's not for every single case. It's not for every single style trip, just the one that actually makes sense for how most people cook. Okay, so for context, I obviously own both of these. I've cooked on the single burner, cooked on the two burner, love them both, different trips, different expectations, different levels of effort. And the biggest thing that I've learned is this: the decision has very little to do with what you want to cook and a lot to do with how you cook when you're not at home. Okay, so let's start with the single burner, because single burners get dismissed way too quickly. People assume that they're too limiting, that you'll outgrow them, and that they're only good for boiling water. That is not how most cooking actually happens. Okay, so from my experience, a lot of real world cooking kind of looks like this. One pan, one main dish, you cook, you eat. You're cooking eggs or burgers or sauteing something or eating leftovers, one thing at a time. And a single burner handles that perfectly. Okay, so the real strength of a single burner is not necessarily the power, it's simplicity. Sets up fast, packs away fast, doesn't take all of your space, doesn't require a whole system around it, and because it's easy to deal with, you actually bring it. And that's the part that people underestimate. Now let's talk about the two burner, because this is where things get interesting. Two burners absolutely have a place, but only when you actually use both. Now, for example, you're cooking breakfast. You got eggs, you got bacon going on one burner, and at the same time, you're boiling water for coffee on the other. That is a real benefit. That is not theoretical. I know for me, I make my own homemade sausage, so in the mornings, definitely want to get those started because those take a little longer, but I definitely want my coffee. Or maybe you're cooking for more than one person and you want food going on one side, you want something warming on the other side without juggling multiple pans, and that is where the two burner definitely earns its spot. All right, but here's the trade-off that most people don't think through. The moment that you bring a two burner stove, you're committing to more than just cooking. You're committing to more space, more fuel, more setup, more cleanup, more storage. And it's not just one more burner, it's a bigger footprint, it's a heavier setup, more pieces to manage. Again, not bad, just different. Okay, so here's the key difference that I think most people miss. A single burner definitely supports simple cooking. A two burner definitely supports more meal style cooking. They're not the same thing. So if your cooking usually looks like this: one skillet, one main task, maybe coffee before or after, the second burner doesn't help you much. Honestly, it just sits there unused. And that's where regret creeps in, because people buy the two burner just in case, right? Just in case they want to do more, just in case they need flexibility, just in case this thing turns into something bigger. And guess what happens? They use one burner, they ignore the other one. Or they leave the stove home behind altogether because it just feels like it's too much. So the right way to decide is not asking how much could I cook, it's asking how do I usually cook when I'm away from home. So if most of your meals are just one pan meals, then a single burner is not a compromise, it's just the right tool. Now, if on the other hand, cooking is the activity, you're making full breakfast, you're cooking for multiple people, you want coffee going while the food is cooking, well, then the two burner, it actually pays off, but that is a smaller group than most people think. And that is what this channel is all about, not chasing capability, not buying for someday, choosing the version that actually fits real use so that you can stop researching and move on. That's it. I'll be sure to put the links in the description down below. Check out both of these. I use them both. I use them both a lot. If I had to choose one, probably choose